going to be a long discussion. Hello. Wanted to have a witching hour discussion with you guys. I would have put that in the title, but I wanted to make the title very clear. So I wanted to come and talk to y'all about something. How do I handle your case when you have several, sometimes as many as 100 witches doing work on you, and you don't know who they are? You don't know who all of them are. Or you may know who some of them are, but you don't know who all of them are, right? So this is the way that I handle that. First of all, you got to be a real baddie. It's got to be something unique about you. It's either going to be your money, your looks, your man, your life, whatever, that's going to make people come for you. Okay. Witches will hex you. They will. They will hex you. Now, some of y'all don't just have your ex husband's baby mama, you know, or, or your ex's sister, or whoever it is that decided that they had a problem with you. Okay. It's not just that one person, it's several, it's many people at once, and they're all attacking you at once. So, what do? The way that I handle those types of cases is my spirits will tell me if we're dealing with more than one witch that is attacking you. So, what I do is I let you know straight the fuck up. You have an ongoing problem. This is an ongoing problem. And if I reverse it this one time, they probably gonna come back and put it back on you. They can do that. They may not be able to put the original strength back on you. One of the most popular things is poppet curses. Okay, these are very popular because you have to use earth. Many people, practitioners, use herbs. They'll bury them. I'm going to be honest with you. The world of witchcraft can be very ruthless because if it comes to some women, when it comes to a man with a phallus, these women will kill you. They will put you in a graveyard and they won't give a shit. Now, Jamila is much more of a caring and loving person than that. But, I am very possessive over the men in my life. So I understand women that do that, but I don't understand why they do it with people that it's just like there's nothing between you. So why would you do that? Why would you even anyway? So that could be one reason. The other reason could be jealousy. Evil eye curses are very popular. These are ongoing. These are people that are obsessed with you and they are coming for you. So the way that I do it is we write down every possible person that it could be on a list. Okay. We can use any color candle. We can use a fucking white emergency candle, but the best are the 7-day candles. To be honest with you, or either the 14-day candles. In some of my workings, I've used 14-day candles. Okay. What we do is that initial hit, you pay me for the initial, reversal, right? So that's 600. Okay. Right now they're on sale, but going towards fall, they're going to go back up to 600. Okay. But they are on sale for the summer. So we either cast it. We can cast it at any time, the initial one, but there has to be a follow-up. The second follow-up, and this is when you have several different, I'm talking about you just, and what you're going to do, you're going to give up. You're going to say, oh, I don't want to do the work to take this off of me. So I'm going to just ignore it. Or either I'm going to say, hey, Jamila, you're telling me about this. So that means that you're doing this to me. And then I go, okay, baby, you need to go sit down. Because people will think that those hexes will have you not knowing who you can trust. You'll be paranoid. That's what those spirits will do to you. So you'll get it confused. I'm just trying to run an ethical business where people get results. So you catch my drift. I have a reputation in the spirit realm for a reason. Okay. So it has to be, we have to do the follow up rituals every new or full moon. Okay. These things can last for up to 10 years. Seriously. Now, if you're, it depends on several factors. It really does as to what your issue is going to be. The more energy you have, the more power you have as an individual, whether you know about it or not, the more problems you're going to have. So now I'm going to be honest with you. There could be somebody in your life pushing those problems to you. Because, I mean, get the fuck out here. Don't nobody have that many goddamn problems. Stop it. Don't know, but nobody on this earth has those kinds of problems unless somebody is pushing it to them. Now, the planetary cleanses, people are starting to look into that because it is a form of high magic that you can do out the gates, which will zap literally a lot of it. A lot of the problems you have with your parents, a lot of the repeating cycles, the repeating scenarios, you know what I'm saying? Good Lord. I mean, how many times does my mother have to tell me that white women are better than me and my mother's a black woman? But because my father told her that, my father told her that, broke her heart. They never got back together because they're Virgos and they just canceled each other out. They could have gotten over it, but instead all of it turned into bitterness. So you guys are going through similar situations. If your parents are stuck, they are going to try to keep you stuck hands down, especially if they're real sick with it, if they feel like sex is bad, or if they feel like life is bad, or if they're really, really religious and they're like, the world is ending, some of that crazy shit. I'm doing good, Brianna. How you doing? So yeah, like, yeah, but see, sometimes they'll all come for you at once. That can be depending on whoever it is. I'm gonna be honest with you. Some of y'all that don't want to do work on your parents, you ain't gonna never have a life. You ain't gonna never have freedom. It ain't gonna never happen. Okay? It's not gonna happen. Okay? So there's a specific plan that we have for that. In fact, I can even tell when there's more than one witch that's coming for you, which means that they're gonna send it back, which means that that energy is going to come back to me. And then I'm going to come to you and say, hey, listen, if you guys are dealing with other witches, which most of you are, because most of the people that come to me are witches. I'm a teacher, okay? I'm a spirit guide. So I'm supposed to be, and good Lord, y'all know that I'm going to be honest with you. It's not as hard as you think. It's not, but you just have to have faith and you have to trust. Okay. Um, You've got to start learning how to decipher a curse from reality. A curse is going to take things all the way into left field. For example, instead of a person seeing something the way it is, they see it totally different. They see a different reality altogether. And sometimes this can be people that are very close to you. You have to have a deep level of understanding for what's going on. Okay? And you have to also make sure that when it comes to your man and your kids, maybe even sometimes your sisters and your brothers, you cannot just fall into that energy and get lost in it. You have to be able to catch yourself. And many people can't do that. They have to have somebody there to hold their hand and say, hey, listen, you tripping. You are way off in left field. I don't know where you're coming up with this. It's and it does get out of control. And so women, period, are not supposed to let things get too far out of control. Seriously, because I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot of these men ain't gonna do it. They not tapped in etherically. They're not paying attention spiritually. They think their spirituality, they think that what's going on is they supposed to grab a Bible, and they ain't doing nothing but making shit worse. Okay? It may comfort them for like a few minutes, but then nature is going to start calling them. So the Bible is just there to kill your kundalini. It's there to alter you and get you to believe something so that an entity can feed off of your energy. This has been discovered since it began. So that's why they started killing witches. And that's why they started killing people that was spreading this knowledge, and but being very violent doesn't necessarily make you strong, does it? Those things tend to always come back on us, even when we make mistakes. So the sad part about it is that even when you send this shit back, you're going to have a cleanse. You're going to have a cleanse. And see, the reason why is because many of you witches, you're not protected. You're not doing the Sabbaths. You're dabbling. You go into these botanicals and you're picking up these candles and you're smudging them with the Apollo sticks. And I'm not trying to tell you how you're supposed to do your magic. I am suggesting with a strong suggestion that you do the Sabbaths. Okay. This will connect you with the spirit of magic. So important for you to dance butt naked under the full moon. So important for you to go out in nature and maybe go swim in a lake that you're not going to drown in. You know what I'm saying? It's very important for you to do these things. It's very important for you to stay connected with nature. Okay, because nature is very grounding, it's very healing. Now, another thing that's going on is some literal Star Wars shit that we ain't this is witchcraft has evolved for many of us. And I think that we've all been aware of this for years. I think we've all been aware of it because we know that the universe is reflecting back to us and we're reflecting back to it. We're asking the universe for what we want every single second of the day by our thought processes and by the words that we speak. But one of the reasons why you're doing that is because your Venus, your Mars, your Chiron, your Mercury, your Sun, and your Moon are being invaded. All of us have our own set of planets. All of that shit is being invaded. That's why shit goes haywire. There is no fucking Mercury in retrograde. There is no, oh, planets are going in retrograde. That is an illusion. That is a literal illusion if you don't start understanding. So a lot of this shit will come straight down. Yes, they are feeding off of your light energy until you tell them not to, because they don't have your permission. See, this is where you start to separate yourself from being just an unfortunate person on this planet and a god. Okay, so what I'm talking to y'all about right now is high magic. But I think that you got to get through the stuff down here first. So when you have several enemies that are attacking you, we can do them all at the same time. All of them have to be handled at the same time. You have to have as much information as possible so that I can reverse it and send it back to them. Okay. Now, what is personal to them will stay with them, but they can still fuck with you. They can still do things. They'll knock things off track. They can fuck with your timeline. They'll do all kind of shit like bind you. Some of them are even doing death magic on you because they feel that their life would be better if you were just dead. Some of y'all really affect some people that way. Everybody does not have good sense like Jamila. Everybody is not sensible like Jamila. I don't go around cursing people. I don't go around fucking with people. I take witchcraft very seriously. And I think that those types of people, because sometimes you can do some stuff that can really harm somebody. Okay. And it can be a lot of y'all are being literally invaded. So, that's the way that we handle that. It's not just one ritual. It's not you if you have a family of witches, okay? There's families of witches that uh, it's all kind of shit going on out there. Now, for me, I'm a one woman army. I have battled thousands. I've battled thousands and I'll never die ever. So I don't think a lot of these people really understand. It would scare the shit out of you if you knew. So I'm not even gonna fucking say. But what I can tell you is that you've got to stop falling into the bullshit and start to wake up to what is taking your life, what is taking your time, what is taking your happiness, what is taking your money, what is taking your men, what is going on with that, what is taking your women. Okay. And it's different for different people, but it's very similar. Hey, Black Rain, how are you? So that's the way that we do that. The new moon is coming up. Um, it's probably a good time for you to, if this is the time, it's time for you to do something about it. That way, when you go into winter, okay, I have survived. Why am I an expert on this? Why should I trust you, Jamila? Well, I'm gonna tell you why. First of all, I am a person that survived a spiritual war alone for years. Everybody was against me. Everybody in my life was against me. It's one of those moments, kind of like in what do you call that? Amityville. When the kids weren't against her, but her husband was trying to kill her in that movie. So she was the only person that could actually see her family through that shit. And it was something supernatural. And y'all need to stop letting these spirits cause you to kill each other. That's what they do. It causes you, whatever the intensity of the feelings is for that person, it will cause you to want them to actually kill them. It flips things on its back. It's very negative. Okay. So I had hundreds of people attacking me, even thousands of people attacking me all at once. There's a lot of negative energy that was trying to stop my heart for a real long time. But guess what? My heart got stronger through that. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, like it transcended. You know what I'm saying? And it made me stronger. So all of that shit that I was going through at one point, I had just black. It felt like black soot just all around me, just in. And I know why, because them demons, they don't want nobody helping nobody. Shit. But I'm staying in it. I ain't never ever ever. Y'all going I'll never stop. I will never stop doing work for people until it's time. Till spirits tell me, okay, you can stop doing work for people now. But until then, I am a spiritual guide. I'll never call myself a servant because people will take that the wrong way. So I'm a spirit guide, and I've had men, women, covens, some of the most powerful hoodoo and voodoo practitioners. Um, I've had um, multiple spirits attacking me at one time, and they do attack all at once. So that's where you end up having your breakdowns, your meltdowns. Okay, and no, I'm not doing no readings right now. If you want to purchase a reading, you can. I'm booked for tomorrow or today, but I'll be open on Friday. Okay, for new readings or for your appointments. I'll be available on Friday because tomorrow I'm telling you I'm booked. Um, so to survive that and then to also not lose any of your children because it was definitely an attack on my children. It was like, if you do this, I'm going to attack your children. And I know exactly where it came from. We all know where it came from. We ain't got to keep going through that over and over again. Whatever the case is that I never spent a day out on the damn streets. I was somebody that came to Georgia literally with unemployment and a Section 8 voucher and a food stamp card. And I went from that to being in my dream home in, mm, how long did it take me to do it? 5 years, which I did. I had a plan. I had a 5 year plan. So that is one of the most difficult things because that system is a system that feeds off of you and it wants you back. It don't want you to leave. Okay, a lot of y'all that are expert manifestors, it's not that you don't appreciate it, but it's when you have the divine masculine of your race trying to stigmatize you with that, then it makes you so then they're using witchcraft on you too at that moment. And I came out of that still with love in my heart. So that's why you're able to trust me because a lot of the stuff that be happening, and I just be like, why are these people doing this? I do because I already know and trust in my spirit to know that they're gonna work that whole situation out for me. You understand me? And it ain't no damn joke. And I think that it's gonna end up closing out this year because I don't think I really think it's gonna be some shit that's gonna be happening that's gonna cause people to not want to go there anymore. Because once you clear your house, then you're gonna be able to access more powerful spirit because as a star seed, you came through energy, but where the fuck did you came from? So a lot of us are going to be able to access that, and that is very important. This is how people end up balanced, doing these things. You end up very balanced. Again, like I said, when I did my planetary cleanse, my whole house ended up clean. And it's so weird because it's been staying clean and spirit puts some kind of white film, like I don't know what. It's not a bad thing, but it's some kind of, it's so weird. It's like fog or something in my sunroom. So weird. So anyway, um I love character homes like this. I'm not really into the brand new houses and stuff. Like my house is really, really perfect for me. It is. It's perfect for me. It's not too big either. Okay. I don't want nothing too big. I just wanted something by the lake and I got everything that I wanted. That's why you should trust me. Got everything that I wanted. They told me that I got every damn thing that they said that I couldn't have, but I had to do it with witchcraft. I couldn't do it by bowing down and I was going to say something. I can be really ornery and filthy in my language. I was going to say something. I didn't have to do it by bending over backwards for no man either. I can be with a man because I love him and I enjoy being with him. It's not a duty of me to lay down and be with a man. He's literally, it's more enjoyable that way, in my opinion. Okay. Not to say that I don't want a man to pay my bills and to be there for me, but for me, I don't want nothing nuclear family type. Fuck you. Get out of my fucking face with that shit. Get out of my face with the patriarchy. If a man really loves me, he's gonna fucking do what he gotta do for me. It don't matter. So I don't want to hear all your rules. Fuck your rules. Fuck your establishment. Fuck your gen hexes. Fuck all that. Fuck their opinion. Fuck them. Because they tried to fucking, literally it was everything that they was doing. They wanted us to do it. Even the shit they doing now, which is sitting there with cobwebs growing all on they stuff. They wanted, and they're going to die early. Many of us are going to live until we are well over 100. Y'all don't even realize that the lifespan increased on this planet. Y'all think everybody dying. No, everybody ain't dying. A lot of people are going to live longer because of what's going on. So, because of their limited beliefs, because they are under medical witchcraft, they're under medical witchcraft, they're under pharmakia witchcraft. Oh my God, the shit that our parents should have worked on, they didn't. They parents didn't really work on it. We slowly devolved up until probably about the 1960s, where there was these special children that came on the planet to save the world, because the stuff that they doing, all those people are going to die. And they said well, they said that when you die, you're going to go home to be with Jesus and all this stuff. And so it's okay for you to lose most of your life, not even when you're dead, but when you're alive, and you don't have a husband, you don't have money, so you get all your fulfillment through Jesus while you're alive, and he comforts you. That's what Jesus literally does, is comfort you while you're hungry. He comforts you. He says, eat from me. So that's a good thing. But he wants you to change your life. He didn't say stay like that. I don't believe that. So I think that they literally speaking shit on Jesus's name that he ain't got nothing to do with. That's why Jesus ain't showing up no more. You know? So it is what it is, man. Just don't get caught up in that, because it's all witchcraft. Religion is witchcraft. School is witchcraft. The medical industry, witchcraft. Mm-hmm. You know what? I may not make the healthiest choices in life, but I would never become a lifetime patient like that. My intuition tells me how to keep myself alive. Thank you. That's something that should come from within you. And more people are, they're getting off those meds, they're getting on the herbs and stuff. And I'm not just lucky to be alive, I'm protected. You think they didn't want to kill me? They was killing naturopath doctors. These were people with degrees. And here I am, I don't even have no fucking degree. Actually, I do have a degree, a very high ranking degree, but I don't have a school degree. so but that's not luck. I'm not lucky that they haven't killed me. I'm protected. Because they wanted to kill me, and spirit said no, no, not no. She got a lot to do on this world, on this earth. So they can sneak around, but they know that they just have to bow down. They have no other choice. Nobody said that the medical industry has to go downhill. I'm just saying, can we focus on healing people instead of making them sicker? That's my question because I just don't get it. So, you know, uh, back in the day, doctors were really taboo. People trusted witch doctors back in the day. So then, and then also, the story that they told in The Witches of Eastwick, that wasn't a lie. That wasn't just made for a movie. That was actually what happened. Women took care of women back then and they delivered babies. And it was right back then. But then the medical industry that was already booming and popping, they wanted to open up a maternity department. So they decided, probably because it was maybe some crazy witches out there sacrificing their children, but they decided, okay, well, we have to get these women in the hospital, in a dirty, filthy, germ-filled hospital, to have babies. That's what they decided, and so the whole world went along with it, and so that is sort of the history. But then the goddess said no, and so that's where the field of nursing came from, because some nurses, okay, like I said, if you are a nurse that has a nurse practitioner's degree, you're damn near a doctor. Okay, so it's not to say that all doctors are bad, all nurses are bad, but there's good ones and there's bad ones, obviously. But, I think that when it comes to certain things, I think that there are a lot of people that are just afraid. Oh, we got to put you on this medicine because this might happen, and this medicine because this might happen, and that medicine. And then your body rejects it and it damn near kills you. I almost went blind taking blood pressure medicine. Never again. I'll take some Benadryl, okay, but I'm healing myself of these allergies. And my allergies get worse when I'm under spiritual attack, by the way. Your allergies, your asthma, any underlying condition is going to come to the surface and you want to fucking release it. Okay, release that shit because all of it is programmed. Your body has been programmed. You go and you look at the symptoms. Hey, there's a new disease out. Did you hear about it? Yeah, it causes frequent urination, dry mouth, and it's going to make you not breathe. So, yeah. And then you go and look at that, and then your mind starts manifesting those symptoms. So, you guys are under suggestion, a lot of you. And then they get paid, but not all of them. Some of you guys are like, hey, wait a minute. And so when you take the spiritual path, you truly do heal yourself. Okay, because I'm just telling you, some of those people ain't protective stones. I would say get some stuff. I've been really into the runes lately. But as far as with stones, there's many of them. I mean, it just depends. You gotta learn how to use the stones though. You gotta clean them. You have to cleanse them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, quartz crystal. A lot of y'all need the pink uh, crystal, the pink quartz, because it's going to protect your heart chakra. And you can program it to protect your heart chakra. Um, I've got a couple of stones in my box. Hold on, y'all. Y'all giving me homework to do now. The stones that I use is pyrite. Is one of them. Tiger's eye is a really good one. Black tourmaline is another one. Black obsidian is another one that you can use for protection. There's another one. It's all about what you do with them, though. But I think that even somebody that doesn't really know a lot, like for some reason, those stones and crystals do bring you a lot of protection. Um, but I do want to tell you that, there's a lot of people getting fucked up by witchcraft. There's a lot of people that are getting fucked up by witchcraft. Honey, I have seen witchcraft make people do some crazy shit. It does. And I mean, it will literally make you do some crazy shit. So, um, yeah. So, if you've got more than one, it can be very hectic. And I have at least 10 clients that have people consistently doing things to them. And a lot of the times it's people in their family, and most of the time it's your mama. Yeah, dude. Y'all think it's a joke, man, but actually y'all don't, because y'all understand exactly what I'm talking about. Sometimes it can be intentional, sometimes it can be an agenda, sometimes it can be as simple as your mother's worries and fears may not cause things to happen, but even your mother worrying about you a lot can cause anxiety. My aunt used to always tell me, she say, your baby feels what you feel. So as a child of your mother, this is why a lot of people end up just having to cut the cord. Because they will make everything more difficult. You find yourself, your credit ends up bad. You end up with financial problems. You end up with all kinds of problems. And, you'll be thinking that you found the solution, but, it's right there in your face. The people that it's just, I don't know what it is. It is really rampant in the black communities as well. It's very rampant, which is why black people are so divided. But it happens in every community for different reasons. It's, I think that when it comes to any person, your family should be looking out for you. They should respect you. They should respect your choices. They should not be meddling in your love life. They need to leave you alone when it comes to that, let you work it out. Especially during this twin flame thing. Twin flames are going to have the most difficult types of relationships. So everybody just needs to stay the fuck out of it. Because a person is never going to leave their twin flame alone, ever. That's a losing battle. So, these are people that are the. Y'all know what a twin flame is? A twin flame is literally it's literally one soul split in half that you share with this other person. And the two of you affect each other. It's a lot of synchronicity. If one is going through something, the other one is going to feel it. It's literally like a twin, like a mirror. Okay? And so that can be difficult, especially if somebody says, well, I feel that, this and that. And no, they just have to accept your twin flame. They have to. Because if they don't accept your twin flame, they don't accept you. So that's just the way that it is. Okay. And a lot of people are having difficulty, people getting their heart broken, people having heart attacks, people, going to the emergency room thinking that they're, about to have a heart attack or a stroke. And yeah, this is one of the reasons why I try not to do breakup work, because, I wouldn't dare do breakup work on people that were in love with each other and happy. I just wouldn't do that, because you know what you're going to do? You're going to literally break that person's heart. I've had my heart broke before, and I think the reason why I did was so that I could know how it feels, literally, to be hurt over somebody that you love. You are trying to kill somebody. When you separate lovers, You're literally, you're fucking with their heart chakra. You're tweaking with their heart. That's why many of y'all feel like y'all can't breathe, or you feel winded, or you just feel like your chest is heavy. Okay. And that's fucked up to do that. I think that when you reverse breakup work, that shit ain't no joke. I feel bad for people that get that shit back because that's horrible. That is a horrible, horrible thing when two people are in love and people break them up. You might as well just kill somebody. And it has happened. There's been couples that have killed each other. There have been couples there's been murder suicides. There has been all kinds of crazy shit as a result of black magic. And see, I'm thinking about making a video because I wanted to talk about this because I used to watch this show Snapped a lot. Like I think I'm gonna watch a couple of episodes just to kind of see how I feel because I haven't watched it since I started doing a lot of divination. And I've noticed that on the show Snapped, like thinking back, especially on this one case, there was this okay, so there was these married people, they get married, uh they started business together. I think they had two different businesses. They were doing very good financially. Um Somebody hexed them. I've been trying to find that episode. This guy, her husband, and she got off on his murder too. She walked away. Okay. He started doing cocaine. He started cheating on her. They were arguing a lot. They were obviously in love because literally, I think she shot him and he was like, please help me, I'm dying. And she was like, go to that bitch and tell her. Because a woman that's in love is going to do some crazy ass motherfucking shit. Okay. But he was about to kill her. She had it all on camera, she had it all on tape. There was evidence of him becoming possessed. All of that was black magic. Somebody did breakup work on them. People, okay, at least half of the women in at your wedding want to break you up. They want to sleep with your husband that night. The demon, the devil comes out every time something good happens. So when you get married, they waiting at the door. So that's why I tell people you need to do a hex remover after you get married, do a hex remover after you graduate from school. Okay, do a hex remover. If you went and told everybody you was pregnant, they hexed that baby and people are fucking sick. People are sick these days. Okay, I'm just telling y'all, especially okay. I've heard this a lot. Y'all ever hear this? Somebody gets pregnant. Ooh, that baby gonna be fucked up. What? You just said, people will do that. People in the family, they be sitting around gossiping and everybody. People are evil. People are sick, man. You can't expect everybody to be nice like you. If you are a pretty decent person, like most of the population are assholes, man, when it comes down to it. For real. Especially when it comes to people that are in their 50s and 60s and they have no fulfillment. They're sad. They were told that they needed to go home to Jesus anyway and just stop. So they bought it. And so now, they're kind of sitting around and they feel like God dealt them a bad hand and they see you over there happy and you're having real orgasms and they're like, what the fuck? I never even could have a fake one. So people don't like that. They don't like it when people be all in. Y'all know that they outlawed kissing in public in a lot of places. Did y'all know that you cannot go to some places in California and kiss your partner? You can't do it. They actually showed it. There was a lady, there was a video, it went viral. This lady, they were in a restaurant. This woman was there with her man, and the woman turned around and actually started attacking them, saying, "Why are you kissing in public? That is disgusting. Why are you looking at these people? Why are you bothering these people?" So yeah, y'all got to understand that what they've been slowly working towards just as a whole is to get y'all to hate your fucking selves. They want you to hate everything about yourself. Even your immune system. They taught you how to hate your immune system. Your immune system is in your underarms. They taught you to hate your immune system and told you it was somewhere else. So many of y'all are sick because y'all won't put down the antiperspirant deodorants. Even if you're like a little tinge musty, that shows that your body is cleaning itself out. You need to use some antiperspirant deodorant. They've got lots of natural choices. Are they going to let many people see my message? No. They don't. Hell, they done made so many bottles of Degree. They got millions of bottles to sell before. Are you going to be buying it? You shouldn't. Hey, Otter League, how you doing? So yeah, man, that's what's going on right now with this shit. That to get you to kill yourself. Now, that's not to say that you can't transmute that energy, but I feel that it's a reason why your underarms sweat. It's a reason why it is. And when you stop using the antiperspirant deodorants, then you stop stinking. You just have to detox your underarms. I did it for like 2 years. Yeah. And I made sure that I went and sweated. That was years ago, though. That was years ago. That was at the beginning of my journey when I stopped doing all that stuff. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I am. I'm a little tired, but I wanted to come in and talk about this real quick. And I guess I done went all off into a longer discussion than what I wanted. But yeah, they don't, and it doesn't matter. Like I've had the Borg break up several, not several, because I haven't had that many relationships, but I've had them. I've had this happen to me. And the one thing that I can always say to that person is, you're not angry at me. Okay. This was energy that was thrown at you. I haven't done anything. Okay. So people have got to stop blaming because they're doing it, and then they'll sit up there and look at you in your face like a sociopath and say, how can you blame this on me? This ain't my fault, it's your fault. So I think that, like, at least for me right now, I'm gonna keep a 7 day candle going. It's we done went there. I gotta keep either a black or a white one, some kind of candle going until it all pass. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you do have to keep a candle going to keep sending that information and sending that energy and blocking it. I've been through that. Okay. And it's something that, many of you have to do. And so I don't mind doing that for you. I just have to have compensation for it, because as soon as I start doing work for you, those energies come from me. So, and then I have to deal with it. So I have to have your support, because I'm doing the work while you at work. I'm doing the work while, you know what I'm saying? Or else I'm doing the ritual. Once I do a ritual, I clear it off for me and it's gone. If it come back to you, you need to quit letting it come back up, or either somebody might be they keep sending it. Just like the generational hex removers. It might be somebody in your family that does another ritual to sacrifice you. Yes, your sweet family that lies to you in your face, they will sacrifice you. Oh, we love you so much. Drink some of this poison. I'm telling you, man, because especially if you got that, now I will tell you that there are some people that have that evil eye curse, but I think that some people just have it on them. A lot of my clients look like models. They have a lot of people that hate their asses. Have a lot of problems. A lot of people think that just because you're beautiful, that means that everything is just handed out to you, and it's really not. What y'all consider to be pretty people, they go through hell in life because they have so many people that hate them, which is stupid because it's stupid because everybody should just accept themselves. So some of y'all might work with a woman that is just like, "Ooh, I can't stand her. She's got way too much and I don't like her." And she may decide and make up in her mind, "Oh my God, I need to do something to her." Or either she'll go do some work on you or she'll go to somebody else and get some work done on you. So the one thing that I will tell you is protection. When protecting your head, and making sure that everybody in your family, like your children and even your man, you need to take a piece of that hair. You need to do something with it. You need to protect the head because that's typically the first place that they attach to, unless it's going in the other end, which is usually done by sex. But just your everyday curses, those go in through the crown chakra. Okay, this is the reason why many of us spiritualists, but see, I do this every day, so that's why stuff will affect me. I was actually possessed a few days ago. And see, that's why with me, I don't ever, like, my spirits are very protective. You ain't gonna catch me running around the streets, roaming, getting ready, run out in traffic. You ain't gonna catch me doing no shit like that. But it is, for me, it's not a good idea for me to be alone. I don't give a shit who understands that or who doesn't understand that. It's not your problem. I'm not the fucking Virgin Mary. In fact, I'm far from the Virgin Mary. So, I don't know what's up with these people and all this, oh, the purity, and you must be pure. You know what? You better get your pure ass away from me. I'm as pure as they come, trust me. So everybody's sense of purity is different from other people. I don't think that you have to refrain from sex to be considered pure. That's stupid. Have a good heart, do right by people. Don't just attack people. That's how you do it. Thinking that not sleeping with a man, because we need men and men need us and we need each other. Okay. One zodiac sign doesn't need to try to cancel out the other one. We all need each other's energy. This confusion sadly will continue into the year 3000. It will. But I'm telling you, you have the power to create your own earth to where those people have no effect. Okay? You have that power to do that. Now, depending on what situation that you're in, my situation was a little dire because I was a single mom with children, and people thought, oh, well, she'll be an easy target. They didn't realize that I was built for this. Like, whatever it was that you threw at me, I was ready for it. So, and I'm only 5'4". So, size don't matter and height don't matter either when it comes to strength. So a lot of people get it confused and they think, oh, you have to be an extremely tall or big person. No, no. You know what? Some of the most powerful shit comes in the smallest packages, just like fairies and creatures and stuff, and so a lot of people get mad. Like the other night when I went live and I showed my tea light ritual and you could see how all those orbs and stuff, people don't like to see that. They don't they hate it. They hate it. They hate magic. They hate life. They hate it. For some reason, they don't like it. So, everything that we cherish and value that has to do with life, sex, that has to do with life. That's life. But they've turned sex into death. So, there's a lot of people that Okay, it's obvious that you need to be picky about your sexual partner. That's obvious because people have sexually transmitted demons on them. But, you know, it could have something to do with DNA splicing too, you know, and when I say DNA, I don't mean the color of somebody's skin. I'm talking about because um you can't really identify demons and shit by the color of somebody's skin because they can take on any fucking form. So that don't have nothing to do with it. So, you know, but and I do believe that there are these earth like earthly demons that are roaming the earth. But there's the ones that are having the most power though are the ones that are up in the sky. Those are the ones that have the most power. The ones down here, mm, the ones that are up there messing with your energy, like causing blackouts. They cause blackouts sometimes too. They're also causing all of this shit happening with this whole Mercury retrograde bullshit, man. Ain't no y'all. It's all been a setup. You know, literally a lot of the stuff that y'all been told has been a lie to program you. The reality of it is that you are creating your reality every second, every millisecond. Many of you guys have been trained in your brains. Okay, that's a demon. Okay, a lot of the things that you were taught were demonic because and the reason why I say demonic is because it was done specifically to harm you, specifically. Okay, so that you could leave this earth broken, sick, and alone. Okay, and some of y'all parents sold y'all out to that. Especially if you got those parents that are they've been alone for years. What the fuck is with them? You've been single for 30 years. What is living here with you? How can you do that for 30 years and been single since you was in your 20s, 30s, and you 60 and you still single? You sleeping with a demon. Something wrong. Something is wrong when you don't understand why you need love in your life. There's something wrong with that. And many of our parents that did that, they want the same thing for us. When we were like 30, they was telling us we was too old. Like, what the fuck? I'm 30. Oh, you old, it's over. No, I don't have that fear, so let's move to the next one. Oh, you know, and they just it all boils down to a programming that has nothing to do with your real life. What is real to you? What is real is what you feel and what you know. That is what's real to you. That's all that matters. If I know something, can't nobody tell me nothing different. If I know it, what are you gonna convince me otherwise? When it's something that I know, when it's pertinent information to me. And the reason why they're mad and they don't want to talk to you is because you're 100% right. Now, I will give them the benefit of the doubt. Many of our parents that indoctrinated us into religion, some of them didn't know. Some of them didn't know. Some of them genuinely did not know that they were indoctrinating us into spiritual slavery. They didn't know that. But some of them knew. Some of them now have the knowledge and they keep going. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. A lot of y'all, them are not your people. Those are something else, you know. It's some of it's a lot of shit, y'all. I could really, really go deep. I'm not gonna do it though, cause you know, but it's a lot of shit that can happen. It is, and it ain't no joke. Especially when you see people doing evil shit. You sit there and you ask them, well, why are you doing that? They have this look on their face like they crazy. Probably slobbering and everything, just people become possessed by really bad demons, though. I'm talking about really, really, really bad energies that, to where you can feel it. You can definitely feel it. You can feel it when, I can feel it when people are trying to do work on me. But a lot of y'all don't feel it. Y'all are closed off to even believing in it yet, but if witchcraft didn't exist, then why is the Bible so against it then? If it's just something that we made up last night, why do they forbid it so much? Why do they go as far as to kill? Well, there's a lot of different reasons, but the main one is fear. Because, they felt like witchcraft was causing too many problems. Um, because of certain things that witches were able to do with witchcraft. It was really a lot of women, a lot of female witches that felt that another witch's power evidently was more powerful than hers, you know. So that has a lot to do with it too. Okay, if you're a witch and you feel like somebody else is more powerful than you. Okay, and that within itself, that's a trick anyway. And so now people, you're not, I'm gonna be honest with you, unless you believe it, because the people that I remove curses from, they are in a place, they're in a place where they're broken down. They're broken. They are literally broken. Everything in their life is going wrong. And it's been going that way just nonstop, constantly. No break. Just everything just goes wrong. Everything is just going downhill. And so of course, there's always clients, but the point that I want to make to people is that, especially witches are some of the most oppressed. Okay, especially if you were exhibiting spiritual gifts as a child and they knew you had gifts. Like, for example, if you got too upset as a child and started screaming and everybody's ears got to bleed and they knew that it was something goddamn, I guess they would say it's something wrong with that child, but it's not something wrong. It's a spiritually gifted child that can manifest things through either its emotions or its thought forms. Okay. And especially if you weren't breastfed, if you didn't breastfeed your child, it can lead to so many bonding issues. And then also, children need more than just nutrition. It's energy that they're getting from the mother when she's breastfeeding. So, but you have men encouraging women not to breastfeed. It's utterly ridiculous. And when you become that far removed from nature to where, the children can't get what they need from the mother and the father, and they don't even want them to get what they need from the mother. At least let them get my goodness. So, and so I think that, when you decide to stop living a fake plastic life, some of the old cosmopolitan and all that shit, man, give me a fruit basket and a blanket and a glass of wine, and I will go sit on the grass and have a good old time because I love nature. I don't really have to do all that hoity-toity shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I actually like masquerade balls and stuff like that, and I like costume balls and stuff. But to be honest with you, on Halloween, especially when it get to raining and stuff, I'll be under my blanket watching me some scary movies, eating some popcorn. Okay, I am a homebody. It's just who I am. And it just, and then especially since I got a little bit older. So, but all this, oh, you've got to give your child formula. It used to be cosmopolitan. Oh, another thing I was gonna tell y'all about. So I'm watching YouTube videos the other night. This is about 2 nights ago. And this commercial comes on, and it's a woman, and she's talking about her period. And she says, "Oh, if you're like me, oh, I hate my period. Oh, it's awful. It's dreadful. It smells bad. It makes me crampy and blow." And I'm like, wow, they are really entertaining. They are really encouraging women to hate their bodies. And so a lot of women and a lot of young kids are going to hear that commercial and they're going to think my period nasty, it stinks. Then all of a sudden it's going to stink. If your period stinks, then you need to go and see a practitioner probably, or either a doctor. Um Practitioners can heal you from some of the same things that doctors can do. But if you have bacterial vaginosis, I would highly suggest that you get some Flagyl. They either give you Flagyl or this other stuff you can take for 2 days. Don't even play around like that because that stuff can travel all up to your kidneys and I wouldn't play like that. That's one instant because you know that it must have been something really bad that invaded your vagina for it to smell like that. So I'm not saying that the medical industry is horrible, but I'm just saying that pretty much reminds me of that movie Reanimator when it comes to some of these doctors and just the whole thing with the cholesterol medicine and your brain needs cholesterol to function. If you lower your cholesterol, you're not gonna be able to think straight. So I don't know. And this is well known knowledge. This is not something that I'm making up. Okay, I'm not the only one that knows about cholesterol medicine and how and they're recalling a lot of drugs. They just recalled metformin. And metformin's been around for ages. Like I remember metformin being around when Deja and Danielle were babies, and I heard women talking about it. So, I think it's a choice that you make, but I also think that you need to consider your choices very carefully. Start taking responsibility for your own health. And definitely stop living in fear. Stop letting these people scare you. Right now, our media is getting direct orders from those beings that are up there in the sky that NASA keeps giving us little hints that they're up there traveling throughout the universe. hmm And so they're under direct orders from them. We've been knowing this for years. I don't know why people forgot. Like it's like y'all have the knowledge, but then when it's time for you to apply it, you don't because you get scared. So seriously, that when you've been knowing about something for years and you know that they're trying to control you through the media and you know what they're doing, then when it's time for the media to really control you, when it's something big, they're able to control most people still, even to this day. So at some point, we kind of need to start taking responsibility for that and understanding that they live for real. They live. They don't live in. They can't come down here at all. At all. They can't come down here. But they can stay up there and they can orbit the earth and they do it all the fucking time. Every time they come down here, they disappear. We see UFOs a lot. You see it, you don't fucking see it again because there's people there are spirits and angels that are taking care of that shit. because they not supposed to be here. They can't even really exist here. You know, if they would step out of their spacecraft, they would probably die. So they're not supposed to be here, and they are homeless. The interdimensionals that are up there orbiting the earth, they're homeless. So why do y'all think that it's a homeless problem on this planet? You think this is normal for this planet to be this abundant, but there's actually homeless people on the planet? Why do you think that is? And that's something that you definitely want to fight against, because when you're out there and you don't have a house, that means you don't have a house, you don't have a home. Okay, it's not good. It is not safe to be out there like that, because they can really, really, and they will fight to break you down all the way down. So anyway, if you want something, you just if you know that there's a way for you to get what you want in this life, then you need to get it. And witchcraft has for thousands of years been everybody's best friend. You know, if you wanted to hear an excuse, you kind of went and reported stuff to the police. But when you wanted to get some shit done, you went to a doctor. I mean, a witch doctor. Now, I'm not the type of person, I don't really do a lot of black magic. I don't. And spirits want me to stop doing that. They want me to do more black magic. I'm gonna wait it out because I don't know why that is, but I mean, if you think about it, it's black magic to have to send people's problems back to them that they sent to you, knowing that I could just throw them in the sun. I could just throw those entities and those energies in the sun, but I choose to give them back to people because that's their lesson. That is their lesson. That is their problem. Okay, whenever your mother starts projecting some shit onto you that she ain't got over 30 years later, you send it back to her. That's her problem. Why should it be a problem in your life? Especially when our parents start to do the weirdness, you know, in the black community, when they start going backwards and they start acting like we just walked off the plantation yesterday. It's like, what the, where are they doing this at? So as a African American black person, melanated person, whatever you call yourself, your experience is going to be probably different than if you were a decent, honest family and you looked at your daughter and you said you're beautiful and you are, the world is your oyster. See, a lot of black fathers can't do that because they feel so fucking bad about themselves. They already looking at their kid feeling like they gonna go through some shit, and then the shit's gonna manifest. So it's the same difference over and over again is what it is. Okay. And for me, I'm not going to send my children out there into the world feeling that way. I'm going to send them out there, first of all, with very powerful protection. Second of all, I'm not going to make my children feel some type of way about themselves because I feel some type of way about myself. This is something that's being passed down by some of these ornery ass elders that need to be checked and put in their fucking place. But won't nobody do it because everybody waiting on them to die so they can get that life insurance. So that's why when it's an older person in the family doing shit like that, they have several agents working for them. They're like, hey, I ain't gonna piss this lady off because she promised me that she was gonna put me in her will. So people, now I don't know why people would go along with something so disgusting. Why didn't you start a business? Why didn't you do something else for money? Why do you have to wait for somebody to die? Kind of like a roach. Y'all know what roaches do? I'm not trying to compare black people to roaches. Please don't think that. But let me tell you what roaches do. When a roach dies, the other roaches eat the roach. that died. They reside over them and eat them. They eat the roach. You're not a roach. You're a human being. You have a human brain. You know, roaches don't have brains. They may have like a little sensor or some shit. You know what I'm saying? So, we can look at nature and learn a lot, but it's some shit you don't want to do. I mean, you're supposed to be a higher animal or mammal than the animals. You're supposed to be. Okay, you're supposed to have a connection with the animals. Absolutely. You're supposed to have that connection, but you're not supposed to behave that way. That's not normal. That's not human. Let's stop using the word normal. It is not a human thing for people to just kill unborn babies and all of that stuff. That's where they corrupted you out the gates. So now everybody's into baby sacrifice and baby killing. You don't even know it, what you're contributing to. I understand why you do it. I'm not judging nobody, but I'm just saying, because this is terrible. And I'm going to tell you, that's one of the reasons why Georgia changed the abortion laws here. Because, that shit is pretty bad. Over in New York, I think you can get an abortion up until the ninth month of the pregnancy. They got a lot of problems over there. A lot. And you need to ask your government, why are you um involving us in this type of situation? This is a bad situation. And then you got people encouraging their daughters to go and do that, and then you're starting a curse because that child is not gone. They're not gone. And they may come back unless you ruin that person's fertility. And then, you know, that's when you really gonna have some problems. So I think that's the number one thing that we need to look at is how we treat children. That's a big thing. It's one of the things that is the most repugnant because children are vulnerable. They can't fight you. They are little people that can't, they're so vulnerable to you, to adults. So that corruption has been slowly making its way around. And I'm going to tell you something, oh my goddess. Mm. Let's just put it like this, man. It's definitely a self-destruction time for a lot of people that can't, that I'm not even gonna really say too much because that's really that's really top secret information. Hey Hecate, good morning. Good morning. Yeah, it is almost 5 a.m. you guys. So I'm and you know what? This is something that you would think that a Christian would say to you. But the reason why I say that you shouldn't do it is because it is a part of child sacrifice. It is a part of what is wrong here. Something is wrong. And I don't know if you guys paid attention, but there's some things that are being done on this earth that are a little strange. A lot strange. People are acting strange. Okay. I'm gonna be honest with you, and anything is possible right now. It just really just really depends on what you got going on. So I don't mind working and fighting against covens because many of you guys do have a coven against you. You got the person, you got their mama, you got their grandmama, you got their ancestors, and they have some sort of dealings with you, some kind of tie with you, and you just have to deal with it because a lot of times those particular witch wars can cause a lot of problems in your life, and your landlord won't stay rent on the first of the month, so y'all don't have time for that no more. Okay, y'all don't have time for that anymore. I know I don't. So what I do is I keep a candle going. Um, and so just reach out to me and I can talk to you guys as far as like with a payment arrangement, because a lot of the times you don't want to just hit them up and go away. You want to do it for at least 3 to 6 months. And just every full moon or new moon, just bow, 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 hit their asses, just keep hitting them. You know what I'm saying? And eventually they'll stop if you continue to do it over and over. Now, if they continue to do it, then they're on a self destructive path. And I'm going to tell you another thing is those protection jars. They work. Probably about 99.9% of psychic attacks, because I'm very sensitive. I am telepathic. I can fucking hear people talking about me. And I'm not hearing voices. It's not like you hear it audibly. You just sense it. You can tell. Your spidey senses start going off. You like, oh shit. And then also I'm empathic. So I can feel you before I even see you. And then I have a very good sense of smell. So some if I smell a funky smell, I know something ain't right, and so I can actually smell people, and if you smell wrong, I won't feel right around you, and I'll let you know you got a bad smell on you. And it's not a stink smell like you stink. It's just that sense that I have, and that's where my spiritual gifts are at, is with that telepathy, because I'm a natural telepath and an empath. Okay, so being an empath and a telepath, and having all of those spiritual gifts can be extremely challenging, especially when you were taught against them. You were taught that you were just stupid and crazy. That's it. You just stupid and crazy. I'm not going to pay attention to what's really going on. I'm just going to say that you're stupid and crazy. This is exactly what we have done, which is why so many people are messed up spiritually. As soon as they start going to see somebody that knows what they're doing, they get better. They get a lot better. And, so the people around you, they have to respond to that change. So if you're a person with spiritual gifts for years and you finally get things intact, everybody else is going to still be back there. So that's why you have to take some time alone, even if you got to stay away for 10, 20, 30 years, or even that entire lifetime. You have to stay away from those people, because those people are going to continue, especially if you got alcoholism in your family. If you had alcoholism in your family, all them people was trying to kill them ghosts. And you can't kill no ghosts with no alcohol. You just going well, you'll be drunk, but that's not going to get rid of what's going on. So how they say alcoholism is a family problem, because they say that a lot of times when you drink alcohol, and I've actually seen people in families trigger a person. Okay, so when that alcoholic demon is on your family, a lot of times they'll trigger you so that you can drink too. Like, you just have to have a drink to calm yourself down. So a lot of times people be on that family shit. Look, I'm trying to heal myself. I ain't trying to stay around no destructive ass, toxic ass family. Okay, I'm doing me. That's what that I think that would be my strongest suggestion for y'all, is to do you. And I think right now, they're saying that the unemployment rate is really high right now. You know what? It don't seem like it to me because everybody that I talk to got some kind of job or some kind of gig. So I don't know. But for those of you that are unemployed, there's a lot of stuff that you don't know. For example, stop going to the unemployment office to get unemployment insurance. That's going to set you back at least 6 months. Okay. Now, some people's unemployment is pretty good, but they just still can't live off of it. It's because I've heard of people getting like, what, 1,500 every 2 weeks or something. Or because I'm like, well, hell, that's unheard of. How the hell you do that? Well, I guess it depends on how much you were making prior to being unemployed. Because when I was working out there in the workforce, I wasn't making a lot of money. So that's why I decided to start my business because my parents, they didn't have no money to send me to college. So that means that everybody's parents that didn't have money to send them to college, or if, my God, if you've got a bunch of crackheads and goddamn drug addicts and crazy people running around your family confused, how you going how do you do that? So many of us and a lot of this shit that wasn't our fault. A lot of y'all don't know how to move forward from today because of the mistakes that you made yesterday. Well, I've been doing this for 10 years, so I might as well just go ahead and stay right here. No, you can make a decision today to do better. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, y'all, I got to go because my son done walked in here. So, I will see you guys later. Make sure that you guys get in on my schedule for your consultations in advance for the new moon because it's coming up on the 20th. Okay. Also, make sure that you visit Etsy and that you guys check out my Llamas ritual. Um, this ritual is going. You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. Even if you can't do this ritual with me, you need to do a ritual for yourself for llamas. But do not do curses that day on random people. What the fuck, people? Okay, so you're thinking of, okay, so when you think about llamas, this is a day that you're supposed to be communing with La, which is Lanasa, okay, or either your spirits, whatever, whoever it is that you commune with, and you're just randomly, trying to do harm to people instead of bringing in prosperity. But maybe there are people that are more stronger in the destructive forces or curses. But I still think I would tread carefully with that with a lot of y'all. Seriously, man. That I don't seen people that just get trigger happy. They just, I'm gonna curse everybody. Curse, curse, curse. I'm gonna curse you, curse you, curse you, curse, curse, curse. After a while, you're sprinkling dust. You're sprinkling glitter on people after a while. Like it's like you're not exactly cursing anybody. You're just kind of sending people energy or something, but I would take it seriously, you guys, because there's a lot of people out there affected by curses. It is. And basically, in a short, just to put it in like layman's terms, a curse is a contract that is created where you are the sacrifice. So that means all of your energy is going to go where? It's going to go either to that spirit, it's going to randomly go out there, and but it ain't going to come to you. So things are going to be blocked. Your health can fail. Um, Toothaches. Okay, toothaches can be caused by curses. Headaches, mental illness, physical illness. I think I already brought that up. Financial difficulties, love life screwed up. So, that's typically because that's what everybody works for. They want love, they want a decent place to live, they want to be able to, and some people want a easy, wealthy, carefree life. Some people, just depends on what it is that you want. If you've got a generational hex on you where your family members are always calling up to your damn job to get you fired, how the hell you ever gonna manifest anything? How you gonna ever be financially secure? That's why most people are not financially stable. So if you have an opportunity out of this world and you're gonna take it, and then somebody from your family or an old friend comes and says, "Oh no, I'm gonna mess that up for you." What are you gonna do? You're gonna sacrifice that motherfucker. You're gonna go, you think I'm gonna give up my future and my life for you? People are crazy. People actually be thinking that kind of stuff. Though they be like, "Oh, she's not gonna do nothing." Oh, yeah. Somebody come up talking some kind of crazy crap, and you like, what the hell are you talking about? This is my opportunity. Talking about something else. You got to tune them people out, banish them and tune them out at some point. Anyway, y'all, I gotta go. I hope y'all enjoyed this discussion. Thank you so much for coming. Hit that thumbs up. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure that you guys hit that subscribe button. Okay, appreciate it. Also, you guys can become a patron. I'm gonna update it though because I'm gonna have like 3 tiers to that. So you guys can either join now or join later. It doesn't matter. Um, I'll see you guys later. I gotta go because my son is asking for my attention. So I'll see y'all later. Love and light.